We're going to do something a little unique today. We're going to go over the Coachmen, Clipper, and Viking pop-up tent trailers and teardrops. One of the things that I learned traveling with the West Coast rep, was they don't use any electric lifts. Like you get a lot of these other campers, tent campers, that you either are cranking or you're holding a button with an electric motor that tends to burn out. So what they decided to do was a 19-inch bit, so you still have the ability to crank, but instead of you having to crank, they tell you go get a cordless drill, and we have the bit that fits inside. It does both the stabilizers and the lift system on the tent trailer. And you just sit there and you're up and down in under a minute. And then the teardrops, like for example this one here, if you're 6'1", 6'2", you can actually stand up in there and put on your pants. And that's just because of the uniqueness. Instead of it being a full fiberglass trailer like a lot of things like the Bushwhacker and stuff like that, it has a little bit of a canvas and shocks where you actually lift it up. And when you close it down, a lot of the 9-foot, the 9.0s, will fit in most people's garages. So if you got a homeowners association, it fits perfectly. And they come with a side-mounted air conditioner that's covered. And then the 12.0s, now those are going to have the electric lift system. The 12.0 teardrops, the TD XL, the TD Max, they're all going to have an electric system because they found that the folks that purchase those, they can't quite lift I'm going to call it the canopy up. So they have an electric lift system to them that's simplified. So, and again, you have to realize it's not really a tent trailer, it's a teardrop. And a teardrop is a little bit different. There's not all the movement of mechanics. It's just simply a power lift. And then, of course, the 12.0s will have a roof AC, and all of them will have solar on them, at least on the teardrops. Going back to the tent trailers, there's no rods you have to put into place. You actually it's actually a cable system. So I think that's pretty neat. It's a unique niche market thing, these teardrops. I was talking to the rep as we were going down the road, and we were talking to dealerships about this, particularly the teardrops, because a lot of them are like, well, I don't really want to sell tent trailers. Well, it's really, even though it is considered a tent trailer inside the marketing for Stat Survey, or it gets counted towards that plant's production at the end of the year, this is a unique situation. I find it really cool. Now, the heaviest one is about 2,600 pounds. The lightest one is around 1,500 pounds. So most of your Subarus, your RAV4s, they're all going to be able to tow this. And again, it's simplified. 12-volt refrigerators. It's like a beer fridge, you know. It's for that guy that wants to go out to the Owens River, wants to go out to Colorado River, wants to go out and do, deep camping somewhere off the grid. You're going to automatically have an off-road package on 90% of the teardrop versions. There is the option to put the off-road package on other stuff as well. But reality is, the Clipper and Viking, this is like, I don't know how to put it outside of, it's very unique. And it's something this industry has been lacking for a long time, is innovation. You're either spending $70,000 on a Black Series or $50,000 on an Opus, or you can spend 20 to 25 grand on something like this. So it's that affordable niche market that nobody goes after that Clipper and Viking have gone after. And you can't, and again, on the dealership side, there's only going to be a limited amount of dealers. You don't need 20 dealers in a state like you do with Rockwood or Wildwood or even my product. It's something that very few dealers are going to have. You're going to have one dealer in Southern California, probably a dealer in Vegas. By the time I'm done traveling with this guy, he's going to have a dealer, 1 to 2 dealers in every state and every part of the state. and keep it that way. Because at the end of the day, when you start flooding the market with dealers, you can't supply the customer. So they're doing it right. They're doing it the right way. And it's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Because this just gives me faith back that the RV business can evolve. And I find it absolutely amazing. Now the tent trailers, hey man, you know, who's not going to want a camper like this? I mean, a lot of these, they don't feel like they're claustrophobic in caves. They don't feel like, you know, I mean, yeah, mom and dad are going to be a little like, hey man, that's a little light for furniture. But at the end of the day, if you could put this thing up and down in less than a minute with very little effort, it's perfect for anybody that has like a van or just really wants something extremely lightweight that sleeps a lot of people.